Hello, welcome to Pilates Matwork. And today we're going to have a nice practice where we move nice and slow, really getting into places. So I hope it'll be a great practice for you. And props wise, you don't officially need anything. Now, if you like a folded hand towel or a little mat or something like that in the lumbar, the low back area for more stability, for some core work that we do on our back, you're welcome to bring that in. I do not have roll downs and roll ups planned for today, where I normally use these. But if you need that, just know that you can bring that in. And then I am sitting on a folded blanket. My hips are a little tight today. That helps me sit here with a little bit more ease. I will be using this later as a knee cushion as well. So bring in what your body needs you to have. And we'll sit up nice and tall here, however you need to be. Now, we're going to go over just a little bit of breath work. So you can place your hands right on the low rib cage if you would like. And as you inhale, I want you to try to inhale through the nose and expand that rib cage. And then as you exhale, deflating that rib cage, I want you to really take that out through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. And really take that belly button in on that exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now, as you remember, you can take that breath at any time. You'll probably hear me do it periodically. And then I want us to go into some side bends here. So we're going to prep the spine. So take a big inhale and reach. Exhale, let's take this to the left. Good. And as I go to the left, I want to try to keep my shoulders and my hips in alignment. So I want to avoid this forward collapse. I'm really reaching, I'm really expanding, and your top arm is also nice and long. So when we bend it, we lose a little bit of connection in the side body. And then big inhale, exhale. Coming all the way up, inhale, exhale to the other side. That feels great. Nice big breath here. And then once you're ready, good, we'll come up and we'll reach. Let's take a gentle twist to the left. So I'm twisting from length as I bring my arms down, rolling shoulders back, looking behind you. Again, breathing and expanding. You should always be able to expand that rib cage on your twist. If not, you might be a little too deep in there. Big inhale, exhale, coming to center. Inhale, exhale, going to the other side, taking arms down, rolling shoulders back, looking behind you. And inhale and exhale, we'll come back down. Let's do some seated cat cows here, some seated cat cows. And we'll actually do this as a body weight. Let's do this as a body weight. So I'm going to take my arms out. As I take my arms forward, this is going to be your exhale, your rounding the spine. And then you're going to inhale as you take it back. So from a side view, it'll just look like this. Exhale and inhale. And exhale and inhale. And exhale and inhale and exhale and inhale. Good. One more time. Good. We'll just open, open, open. Really pressing the shoulders back. And then we'll round, round, round. Maybe separating the shoulder blades, getting that nice stretch there. And then we'll release. We're going to come onto our backs now. So I'm going to put my folded blanket here to the side. Good. And as I come down onto my back, just take a moment and roll the shoulders back. If you need to adjust any clothing, go ahead and do that. And while we're here, taking the feet as wide as the mat, belly button is into the spine, Just get a nice little windshield wiper. Now, how far you go to one side or the other depends on your own body. Your low back, your hips, and your knees are in charge here. So they will be your guide as you go from side to side. Okay. And then we'll just come to constructive rest. So my hips, knees, and toes are tracking here. Good. So I'm going to take my arms up here. We're going to do a little scapular exercise. And this is the protraction and the retraction. So I'm zipping up. Good. Protraction. I'm going to reach my shoulders and arms up to the ceiling. Retraction. I'm going to press them back down into the mat. Protraction. Retraction. Protraction. Retraction. Protraction. Retraction. Protraction. Retraction. Now let's do this as a single arm. So starting on your right side, this side here, protract and retract. Other side. Protract and retract. Protract, retract. Left side. Right side. Left side and right side. Good. We'll take those arms down to the floor. Really zip up. And as we lift and take the arms forward and back, I want you to envision a heavy and connected tailbone, a heavy and connected low rib cage, and we're going to stay as wide to the collarbone as you can. So if you take your arms back, if you feel the rib cage start to lift, don't take your arms back as far. Just stop where they're at. This is a skill that takes a while to build up to. So I'm reaching from shoulders to fingertips here. Belly button is in. Good. Inhale. Go to your limit. Try to keep the arms even. Exhale. Really use those abs. Slow and controlled. I feel this right below the navel as I bring the arms down. And inhale. Lift. Good. Exhale. Lower back down. Inhale. Lift. Exhale, lower. Good. Now from here, we'll take the arms straight out to the side. And we're going to kind of think of it as a half snow angel. We're just moving the arms, but not the feet. So I'm just going to move back and down. And you can drag your arms along the floor, or you can have them in a little bit of a hover. I don't think one is necessarily harder or easier than the other. So I'm just going to say, do the one that feels best for your body right now. So we're going to kind of finish today with some plank work. So this is all getting into that scapular mobility stuff, getting that nice and warm and prepped. One more time, and exhale. We'll take that down. Good. From here, let's go into some pelvic tilting. So I'm zipping up. Good. I'm in my safe neutral. So maybe you've got a little space between here. Some of you might have a little bit less. It just depends. So I'm going to rock this pelvis back. Pubic bone's coming towards the face. I just closed any space back there that I had. And then I'm going to rock it forward, maybe creating some space. So forward is your anterior tilt, and rocking it back is your posterior tilt. I'm just going to rock forward and back. Now, as you do this as well, consider your connection point. So I want this to be in the pelvis, the back and the core as much as possible. I want to avoid the habit pattern of squeezing the glutes and pressing into my feet. Good. Now, coming back to my safe neutral, let's go into some pelvic clocks. Okay. So from here, I'm going to envision that my pubic bone is at 6 o'clock and my belly button is my 12 o'clock. Therefore, my left side is my 3 and my right side is my 9. So if I was looking directly down at a clock, that's where the numbers would be. Okay. So big inhale to prepare. Zip up and in. Good. I'm going to take this back. I'm going to come to my 12. Now, very tight and controlled movement. I'm going to take this to the 3, 6, 9, 12. Left, down, right, up, left, down, right, up, 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12. Pause. We're going to reverse that now. Take it to 9, 6, 3, 12, 9, 6, 3, 12, right, down, left, up, right, down, left, up, 9, 6, 3, 12. Woo. Just relax there. Knees can come into the chest. Get any little movement or wiggle, anything that your body needs here. Those are tougher than they look. Good. So we're going to come back to constructive rest. We're going to go into bridges. Now we're going to do 6 of these bridges, and we're going to do them slow and controlled and through an articulation as best as possible. You have the choice to keep the arms long at your side or do it with robot arms here. Wherever you're going, you're going to press into the feet, the arms, and the shoulders. Head will stay centered. Good. So zipping up nice and tall, not nice and tall, but nice and tight. Good. Starting from the sacrum, the tailbone, I'm going to rock through the lumbar, through the rib cage, and up to my mid back, pressing evenly into my feet so my pelvis is even when I lift. And then lowering down from the mid back, through the rib cage, through the lumbar, through the sacrum. Good. And here's 2. Rocking through the sacrum, through the lumbar, through the rib cage, up to the mid back, lowering from the mid back, through the rib cage, through the lumbar, to the sacrum. Good. Here's 3. Halfway. Rocking through the sacrum, through the lumbar, through the rib cage, to the mid back, from the mid back, lower, through the rib cage, through the lumbar, to the sacrum, and back to neutral. Here's 4. We're rocking it back, through the lumbar, through the rib cage, to the mid back. They don't seem like much till you do several of them, and then we'll lower from the mid back, through the rib cage, through the lumbar, through the sacrum, back to tailbone. Here's 5. We've got 2 more to go. Rocking it back, peeling it up, bone by bone. Notice how you feel and where you feel it. And then lowering from the mid back, through the rib cage, through that lumbar, to that sacrum. Last one, last time. Woo! We're rocking it back. Remember, head stays centered. Don't turn it right or left and bridge. Peeling up bone by bone, pressing evenly into those legs. And then we'll lower down from the mid back, through the rib cage, through the lumbar, to the sacrum, and back down. Whew. Bring those knees into the chest. Grab behind them. Give them a tug, maybe a rock side to side. All right. So we're going to do some arm and leg reaches here. We'll start this off at the same side, and then we'll go into opposite arm, opposite leg. So you can always keep your knees slightly bent here. Taking your legs long is not good for your back. You choose what you need, and I'm actually going to start that way. So I'm going to start on my right side because that's the side closest to you. I'm going to bend my left knee. Again, you do what you need to. So we're going to try to lift in unison here. So 2 things. It's harder if this leg stays long as you lift. It's easier if you bend it in as you lift, okay? So you take your variation that you need. And here we go. Zipping up, right arm, right leg. And we'll lift. And lower with control. And lift. And lower with control. Now, there's different breath patterns you can use. You can exhale or inhale on the lift or the down. And I'm going to suggest that you do the one that feels best to you. Good. Now from here, we're going to take that to the other side. It can be left leg, left arm. Good. You choose the variation you need. Zip up nice and tight. Ooh, I'm tighter in that hamstring on this side. I really feel that stretch there. And we're still breathing. Good. And really engage. Good. We're still just working on the left side. Good. Now we're going to put a little wrinkle in that. Okay. If doing the same side, we're going to go, kind of opposite side and switch. Is where you need to be today for your brain or your what have you. I want you to do that. So you do this and then you do the other side. Those of you that want a little bit more of a brain challenge, it's going to be opposite arm, opposite leg. So for me, if I lift my left arm, I'm going to lift my right leg. Okay. So you choose yours. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. We'll bend those knees, take it in, rock, 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 side to side. Let's take this into a supine twist while we're here. So knees in tabletop position, shins parallel, arms out to the side. We will take those knees over to the left, look to the right, breathe and try to expand that rib cage. And even here, notice how you feel. Yeah, you're feeling some stuff in the back. Do you feel anything on the outer hip and outer thigh? Do you feel anything in the neck or the shoulders? No wrong answers as long as any of those sensations are not painful. And once ready, good. If you do not have any back issues and you've got a strong core, you can bring the knees back to center together. If you do have something going on, take one leg at a time, coming back to center. Good. We'll reset and we will take that to the other direction. Knees to the right. Ooh. Looking to the left. Breathe and expand. Again, notice where you feel what you feel. Do you feel something in the same places that you did before? Do you feel different things in different places now that we're on a different side? Again, no wrong answer. Just as long as there's not pain with any sensation. If you ever feel that, you want to kind of come out and not stay there. Awkward is okay. Painfully awkward is never. And once you're ready, head back to center, one leg at a time. We're using those abs to bring you both back in. Good, and we will come in here. All right, let's go into some chest lifts. So I'm going to take my feet down on these first few. I'm going to take my arms up. And actually, let's clasp those hands together here. So I'm going to zip up. Let's do 2 chest lifts to center just to kind of press, and then we'll go into rotation. So big inhale. Exhale, you're going to nod the chin. Look and reach right between the knees. And then slowly lower that back down. We'll take that again. Inhale, exhale. Good. And take that back down. Good. Now I'm going to give you an option. You can leave your feet and legs right where they are. We're going to come up and cross to the left and the right. You want a little bit more core into that. Take your knees into a tabletop position. Okay. So that's a progression. I'm going to demo down here that you do you. Zipping up, big inhale, exhale, lift and rotate to the right. Hips stay grounded. And come back down. Inhale, exhale, up and to the left. And down. Inhale, exhale, up and to the right. And down. Inhale, exhale, up and to the left. And down. We are deliberately moving slow here. Inhale, exhale, up and to the right. And down. When you move slower, you feel it better. And up and to the left. We're going to do one more time each side. Inhale, exhale, to the right. And down. Also, when we go slower, our form tends to be better too. Coming up and to the left, which is probably why we feel it better. And come down. Good. Knees can come back into tabletop. That tabletop, or knees into the chest on rock, rock, rock. Building on that, we're going to take that into our hundreds. So if you want or need to keep the floor today for your 100 and work right here, you can. It's a little bit more challenging if you're here. It's most challenging the lower and longer you take your legs. Legs up here is also an option for you if that's where you would like to go. So you choose. I'm going to start here in my front position though. Arms up. I'm going to zip up. I'm going to lift up. I'm looking towards my thighs. I'm reaching long and strong from my shoulders. My shoulders are relaxed. And I'm going to pump my arms. And I inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift up higher. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach deeper. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold. Lift the chest higher, reach deeper through the arms. And take that down. Woo. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here. I'm going to give you an option for a transition, different things for different people. You are always welcome to roll over to your side and come to a seat. You can stretch nice and long and come up through a roll up if you would like to do it that way. You can follow me with rolling like a ball. So options for everybody. And so from here, we're just going to go to a partial fall series. So as I come up, good, I'm going to take my feet as wide as my mat. Good. And I'm just going to come into a little bit of an anterior tilt here in the pelvis, meaning my hip bones are rocking a little bit forward and my pelvis is turning a little bit back. So we're going to take this into spine stretch forward, and then we're going to take it into a twist, and that's going to be our set. So sitting nice and tall, relaxing the shoulders, we're going to peel off bone by bone from an imaginary wall. Nodding that chin. Rolling, rolling, rolling. So kind of imagine from the arm perspective, kind of diving over a beach ball, if you want to think about it that way. Knees can bend as needed, and you're just going to go to where you can go. And then from here, from the tailbone, I'm going to stack bone by bone, coming all the way to that nice tall sit. Now arms out to the side. We're going to take this into a side bend. We're going to come over, hips stay grounded. Other side. Come up, twist to the right, center, twist to the left, center. And that's the set. So that was one. Let's go into number 2. Spine stretch forward, nodding the chin, scooping in that belly if you can. Reaching with those arms. Kind of think about that protraction here. And then we will stack bone by bone. Use the breath, use the ab, use those muscles coming all the way up, arms out. Good. Side bend to the right and center to the left. Center, rotate right. Center, rotate left. Center, spine stretch forward. Inhale, exhale, nodding and rounding. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Now notice as you do this one, are you able to fold a little bit more, come a little bit deeper each time? Hopefully the answer is yes. No worries if it's no. It all depends on your own body, where your tightness is, where your inflexibilities are. Coming up, arms out. Good. Side bend right and center. Side bend left and center. Rotate right and center. Rotate left and center. Last time through. Spine stretched forward. Inhale. Exhale. Reaching. Good. Rounding. Ears are by the bicep. And then once ready, from the tailbone, going to stack bone by bone, coming all the way up. Arms out to the side. Side stretch right. Side. Yeah, that's right. Side stretch right. And coming up. Side stretch left. And up. And rotate right. And center. And rotate left. And center. Good. Let's relax those shoulders a little bit there. Unexpected shoulder work there for me. Maybe it was for you. And once you're ready, we're going to roll down onto our back. So however you need to get there, you can get there. I'm just going to carefully kind of roll down here. Good. Now, we're going to take this into series of 5 here. So this is more abdominal work. And we're going to do these slow. And because we're doing these slow and effective and in good form, we're only going to go to sets of 6. Okay, sets of 6. So from here, single leg stretch, knees in tabletop, zipping up, arms up. I'm going to come up. Good. Right knee, I'm going to pull in. Left leg's going to go long. Hips stay grounded. And here's 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And down. Single straight leg stretch. Taking the arms up. I'm going to lift up. Good. I'm going to reach my hands as high as I can. Good. Right leg's going to be the long one. Good. I'm going to pulse, pulse, and switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. Number 2. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. 3. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. 4. Pulse, pulse, switch. Getting tired yet? Pulse, pulse, switch. 5. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. Last one. 6. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. Take it down. Good. Now, if you need to take your head and neck from side to side, go ahead and do so. Double leg stretch. Double leg stretch. I like to start on an exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. There's 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Keep that 10 tucked. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Inhale. Exhale. 6. Inhale. Exhale. Taking that down. Good. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Get any little movement you need. 2 out of the 5 left to go. Sing back. Double straight leg stretch. Different options for different people. You can sit on your hands. You can keep upper body grounded. You can be in a C curve. That's going to be the hardest one. We inhale on the lower. We exhale on the left. Okay. 6 of these. So I'm going to stay lower on this one, I think. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Watch that pelvis. Inhale. Exhale. Low rib cage stays grounded. Inhale. That's your exhale. Inhale. Inhale. This is 5. Inhale. There was the 6. Bringing that in. Take your rest. Good. Crisscross. I'll give you a couple options. You can keep the feet on the ground here, hands behind the head, and you can just lift like that, okay? Otherwise, follow me you're gonna do the single leg work here with the legs. We lead with the shoulder, not with the elbows. The elbows are out as much as possible. Good. And yes, we've got 6 sets. Big inhale, exhale. I'm gonna come up and to my right and switch. And 2, 3, hips stay grounded. 4, 5, and 6. Take those down. Slow and controlled. Really higher sets. If you slow it down, they're not needed. Could you imagine, would you want to do 12, 10 or 12 at that pace? I would not. 6 was killing me. Okay, so let's take this into a nice supine twist once more. Arms out to the side, knees in tabletop. We'll take those knees over to the left, maybe looking to the right. Now, again, this is the second time we've done this. So notice if it feels the same to you or if it feels a little bit different now, maybe a little bit looser, maybe a little bit less tight. And what's ready? Good. We're going to take that head back to center. Good. Come back to center in the way that you need to get yourself there that's safe for you. And then we'll take those knees over to the left, knees to the right, looking to the left, or do the opposite of what you did before. And then once ready, good. One leg at a time, or using the abs to bring them both in. Good. And we'll come down. Let's go into some hamstring stretches here, starting on the right side. Good. Letting the hands come up as high as they can go. Your left knee can be bent or the leg can be extended long. You do what you need to do, and maybe a point and a flex to the foot. Maybe a rolling of that ankle in one direction. And the other. And then from here, when we're ready, good. Hand is going to be somewhere on the outside here. If you can't reach the foot or the toe, we'll just take that leg out to the side for a moment, keeping both hips grounded. And we'll take that back up. Good. So we're going to take this into leg circles, and we're going to do this a little bit differently. So what we're going to do is we're going to circle in one direction, and then we're going to reverse, and then we're going to reverse, okay? So for example, I'm drawing up and in. I'm going to take this to the right. Good. Now I'm going to take it in the left, the opposite direction. Good. And reverse. And reverse. And reverse. And reverse. Let's do one more time through. Reverse. And reverse. Good. Now we're going to take that all on the other side. So a bent right knee or a long right leg, take the hands behind that left leg, let them travel up as high as they can go. Get that nice stretch, maybe pointing and flexing through the foot. And notice when you do this, do you feel stretches in the foot when you move it forward and back? I feel it in the top of the foot here. I feel it in kind of the arch here. I'm really tight today. Maybe rolling that around. You'll also feel it a little bit changing things back in the hamstring here. In another direction. And then from here, good. Having that left hand somewhere on the outside of that leg or grabbing the foot or the toe, both hips are grounded. We're going to take that leg out to the left. Good. Find your best spot. Your best spot. Once you're ready, we'll bring that back up. Good. And we're going to circle with the reverses, the same as we did on the other side. The belly button is in. Good. I'm going to circle to the left. And now to the right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Good. And reverse. And reverse. Good. And we'll bring those knees in. Again, choose your transition. We're going to come to all fours. You can roll over to your side, a roll-up variation, a full roll-up, or rolling like a bull. You can do a rocker from there if you want to too. And we're going to come to all fours. So I'm going to bring my blanket in here from my knee cushion today because that's what my knees are telling me that I need. I'm just going to bring this in. Okay. So from all fours, good. Belly button is in. Good. I'm going to push away so I'm protracted here. Good. Now, we're going to do this one side at a time. So I'm going to start on my right side because my right side is facing you right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull my elbow back, kind of squeezing, like I'm doing a single arm row if I had a weight. And then I'm going to take that down. And then I'm going to pull and release. And pull and release. So still some nice scapular work. You can do a little twist with it if you'd like. Good. Now from here, good. We're going to take the left leg back, reach it, so we're not higher than the hip. Good. Squeeze that glute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the right arm forward. Here we go. We're going to tap. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we'll take down that knee and hand, and we're going to go to the other side. That's a little bit of a march. And then the other side. And take it down. Belly button is in. Other side. And other side. And other side. Good. Now we're going to take that all to the left side and do that again. So belly button is in. Good. I've got my left hand. I'm just going to pull straight back and lower. And straight back and squeeze and lower. Open it up into a twist if you want to. Belly button stays in here. Stay engaged. One more time. And taking that down. Good. Now from here, the right leg is going to come back. Good. Reach it. And we're going to squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the left arm in front. I think this is the opposite of where we were. Good. And we'll tap. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll take that down and other side. And down. And other side. And down. Other side. And down. Other side. And down. One more time. Other side. And down. Child pose. Knees together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. Choose what you need. Maybe bending and stretching the hands. And then when you're ready, good. We're going to take this into side series. Side series. So I'm going to move this blanket out of the way. I'm going to come back to it later. Good. So I'm going to start by lying on my left side first. So for side series, You can be up here if this is where you are. Make sure you're not hanging. So you're going to be lifted. You can be here. You can be down here. You can be here. Be where you're comfortable. It can maintain good form. And there's a couple things you can do with the legs here. Good. So a nice long parallel stack is going to be the hardest. It's a little bit of a balance challenge. Bending that bottom knee is going to make it a little bit easier. So you kind of choose where you need to be here. Is zipping up, top leg, take it about hip height. And we're going to lift slow and controlled. 1. Really resist on that down. 2. And resist. 3. And resist. 4. And resist. 5. And resist. And 6. And resist. Now, I'm going to flex that foot. I'm going to bend that knee. I'm going to bend that knee down towards the floor. So I'm going to kick up towards the ceiling. So you're at an angle here. Belly button is in. And I'm going to go 1, 2. Resist in both directions. 3, 4, and 5, and 6. Good. Now bend in that knee, grab the shin or the foot or the ankle, take the hips forward, take the foot and the knee back. Get that nice quad stretch in the front of the thigh. Good. And then once you're ready, we're going to release. We're going to come onto the belly, Good. So some of you are going to come into a baby swan or a sphinx, as we call it sometimes in yoga. Some of you are going to come into the full swan. So I'll go over this real quickly. Good. My legs are going to be hip width apart. My feet are not going to leave the floor. I'm rolling my shoulders back. If you're coming into keeping the forearms down, you're going to press into the elbows, the hands, and the forearms coming up. Good. And then that'll be yours. Okay. Those of you that can come a little higher, making sure the hands are a little bit wider and a little bit forward of the shoulder. And then from here, you can come up where it's appropriate. Shoulders stay away from the ears and there's no crunching in the back. Good. So we'll take that down. And here we go. Big inhale as we lift. There's 1, our real first one. And we'll lower. And we're just going to do 4 of these. Inhale 2. Exhale and lower. Inhale 3. Exhale. And inhale 4. Good. You can pause here, or you can go with me into swimming. This is more opposite arm, opposite leg work if you want to think about it that way. My belly button is in. Good. My feet and my arms are going to lift a little bit. Good. Now, I'm just going to take opposite side here. And I'm doing this slow on purpose, like a balance on the hip bone. You're squeezing the back of the shoulder and the gluteal fold as you lift the arm and the leg. Good. Now pause here. And other side. And take that down. Good. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And we're going to do that on the other side with the side series. So I'm going to come up. Good. And go to my right side. Good. So try to do the same arm, same leg as you did on the other side. You can train as evenly as possible. Good. So I did the parallel stack. I'm going to come back to that. My belly button is in. I'm going to lift that top leg about hip height. And remember, again, these are slow and controlled, resisting in both directions. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now, we're going to turn that knee down, flexing that foot, and we're going to press. 1, and resist. And 2, this is your exhale. 3, 4, 5, and last one. Good. Now bend, grab the shin, the ankle, or the foot. Take the foot and knee behind you. Take the hip forward. Woo. This is my tighter side, so this is feeling so good right now. With this nice quad stretch. And then we'll release. Good. Now, I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to reset my blanket for the knees. So we're going to do a plank series here. And so what this is going to look like, the way I'm going to demo is I'm going to do this knees down in a forward plank, knees down on a side plank, and then we'll take that to the other side and what have you. If you do not want to be on your knees, or maybe you're really strong and you want to be up on the hands, with knees lifted, you're free to do that. You can also do this entire series on your forearms. Just be mindful though, the forearms are going to bring you a lot closer to the floor. So if you don't feel like you have enough space to move, being forearm on the floor, prop that up with a folded blanket, a sturdy pillow. You can put a yoga block under there, and then that will give you more space. But this can totally be done on forearms, no worries. All right, so I've got my knees on my blanket for support. I'm gonna walk my hands out here. Good. And I wanna find, a nice long line, from the crown to the tail or shoulder to knee. So this is not a plank here, okay? This is not a plank. This is hanging in the low back. So you want that nice long line. Good. Belly button is in, shoulders are away from the ears. And we're gonna breathe. And if you haven't done this kind of plank in a while, when I was practicing this one suddenly became very humbling to kind of go back to a modified plank where I wasn't really used to it. So I feel it right below the navel. I feel my front and back side working. Good. Now from here, good, I'm going to come back just a little bit. And then I'm going to take this into a side plank. So this is my right side here. So for this one, good, I want to make sure my knees are absolutely on this blanket and my legs and knees are in a nice stack here. Okay. So then when I come into this plank, I can come up here. Okay. So I've got that stack. Good. Now, where this hand is matters not, as long as the shoulder is behind the wrist or over top of it, never forward. Same thing if you're on the forearm. You want that elbow to be over or behind the elbow. Good. Now, those of you that want a little bit more challenge here, maybe we can come into a little dip and then reach, maybe reaching over and coming into a little dip. I'm not losing this in the shoulder, and come up and reach over. And maybe one more time, we'll take that little dip and come up and reach over. Now the top leg's gonna reach forward. So you have a little bit more support as you get a deeper stretch here. Woo. And then we'll take that down. Yes, you can absolutely make knee down planks challenging. So we're gonna take that to the other side. So just so that I'm not my back to you, I'm just switching here. Good. I'm gonna take that to my traditional knee down plank. So I'm lengthening here. My shoulders are back. My belly button is in. I've got a nice long line. I'm making my muscles work. Need a little softness in those elbows if they're locked out. You're breathing. Good. And when you're ready, good, you can take this back for a moment. And then we'll prepare for side. So I'm gonna want to make sure that my knees are on this blanket. I'm making sure that my thighs, knees, shins, and feet are in this nice stack. Good. And then from here, zipping up. Good. Find that nice knee down side plank. Good. Watch the shoulder on this side. Woo. Good. Now, if you want to take those little dips, we'll take them. So we'll just lower the hips and squeeze and lift up, maybe lifting over and taking that down and lifting up and over and down and up and over. Good. Maybe top leg comes out here and really stretch over. And then we'll take that down. Great job, everybody here. We're going to finish up with some mermaid. I'm going to move my blanket out of the way because I don't need that here. Good. Different ways you can do your mermaid. You can take both feet to one side, or if you're familiar with the Z position, you can come here. Good. So my feet, my legs are all kind of pointing to my right now. Okay. So big inhale and reach. Exhale. Take that side bend to the left. You can take it to where you need to take it. Or maybe a little bit of a rotation, finding your length. Opening up, moving through, counter stretch. Good, and we'll do that again. We'll do that a little bit differently. We'll take that over. Good, I'm not gonna come onto the elbow this time. I'm gonna reach. Now you're welcome to stay. I'm gonna scoop and reach that way, maybe walking fingertips over. And then opening that back up, coming through center, counter stretch. And then we'll do that to the other side. So taking the feet or the legs to the left now. Good. Finding the seated position that your body needs you to have. And when you're ready, big inhale. Exhale, take that down to the right. You can come all the way down and reach if you would like. Maybe adding that rotation with the length. I get a little hip stretch in here sometimes when I do it this way. Opening up, moving through center, taking that over. Now we'll do that little bit of a different version, taking it over. Good, you can stay here or you can scoop. Maybe walking those fingertips out. And then opening back up to the side, moving through center, counter stretching. And way to go, you made it through this slow flow Pilates mat work class. I hope you got in little places that maybe you didn't know you had or hadn't been at in a while. Hope your abs are feeling it, mine are. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye-bye.